How much government regulation of business and industry is too much?
Zimbabwe's government aims to rebuild.
Will the collapse of Lehman Brothers affect Americans' confidence in banks?
And Bolivia amidst political crisis. I'm Yasmin Vasugian.
And I'm Frank Newport.
And this is Gallup's Glance Around the Globe.
The government bailout of Bear Stearns and the lack of a government bailout of Lehman Brothers has raised again the question of how involved government should be with regulating business and industry. Gallup recently asked Americans whether there was too much, too little, or about the right amount of government regulation of business and industry, and Americans were divided. Just 27% of Americans said that there was too little government regulation of business and industry.
On Monday, Zimbabwean political rivals sign a power-sharing deal. President Robert Mugabe will retain his position, and longtime rival Morgan Tsvangirai will be prime minister. But the government has a lot of rebuilding to do. In March 2008, Zimbabweans had the least amount of confidence in their government compared to other institutions like the judicial system, religious organizations, financial institutions, and the military.
The collapse of Lehman Brothers has focused attention again on banks in the banking system in this country. Our latest Gallup poll showed that just 32% of Americans have a great deal or quite a lot of confidence in banks. That's the lowest number that we have recorded at Gallup in terms of confidence in banks, going all the way back to 1991.
Embattled Bolivian President Evo Morales is embroiled in a political crisis following a week of violence. Opposition forces controlling Bolivia's oil-rich provinces are insisting the president drop a planned referendum on a constitution that would centralize power, allow him to run for a second term, and transfer bare land to indigenous people. When Gallup last polled in Bolivia in July of 2007, 57% of Bolivians said they approved of their country's leadership. I'm Yasmin Vasugian.
And I'm Frank Newport.
And join us again for more of Gallup's Glance Around the Globe.